Hi, sweet friends. And it's week 11. I think that's right. Or is it week 10? Let me go back and check. Hold on. I'm getting lost in where we are. So let's see. Week 10, not week 11. So it's week 10 into this 52-week walk with God. And, you know, I think what I'm thinking about this morning, and I wonder if sometimes you think this too, is the journey that life is. It's filled with highs and lows and blind sides, topsy turvy. We never know what a moment is going to hold for us. And so I just want to share this one experience that I had last week. And it was such a good word for me that I kind of just wanted to come on and share with you. You know, lately I've taken to the woods. I'll go out back behind these acres here, and I'm really trying to learn how to sit in quiet and listen, to not let my prayer life just be this constant monologue. So I've been in the Psalms this year, reading some beautiful works by men who understand the depth of solitude and our need for solitude in a world so full of noise. Now I confess it's not been easy to this for this southern girl, this talker, to learn how to sit in quiet. But it is a good practice, and I am thoroughly embracing it and enjoying it too. So last Friday, I went out into the woods and sat in my little chair, and I closed my eyes and just began to listen to the sounds and the noise around me, the birds, even the squirrels chirping as they run up and down the trees, and just trying to tune in and listen and hear and get quiet. It's not easy if you've not practiced it. Now, it may be easy for a lot of you, but it has not been easy for me to learn how to just sit there. And so I've started setting a timer and just going, okay, I'm going to set this timer for 5 minutes. I'm going to set this timer for 10 minutes. I'm going to set it for 12 minutes and just be silent and listening for God. So last Friday, I felt like at the end of that quiet time, I felt like the Lord just kind of whispered, take a walk with me, Joan. And so I got up from my chair, and there's a little deer trail that you can kind of see. And I walked the path, and I got to a certain point where, as I glanced up, it was steep up into the hill. And I felt like the Lord just said, climb it. You know, just a thought, climb it. But it just kind of kept coming to me. So I thought, oh, well, okay, I'm going to do this. So I started to climb this steep hill, and I got to a spot where I thought, oh my gosh, have I made a mistake? This is hard. I didn't think it's going to be this hard. This is difficult. I think I made a mistake. Should I, because it was hard. And I was like, maybe I really did make a mistake. This is really hard. And I looked around, I thought, maybe I should just go back. But I still sensed this urging. I remembered back in the beginning of COVID when I walked through Heinz Feet and high places again, and a group of us went through it. I felt like much afraid in that moment, and I felt like he was saying, come, just keep coming, keep climbing. So I did. I finally made it to the top. And as I looked down, I could see my little blue turquoise chairs, plastic little Adirondack chairs that I'd set out in the woods. And it was like I felt, now head back down. And as I headed back down, and I got really close to the little campsite where these little chairs are, this is what I felt like the Lord just kind of whispered in my spirit. I'm not saying it was a thus saith the Lord moment, like I could prove it in scripture. It was just a moment of walking with God. And I felt like what he said was, this is the journey, Joan. You will learn to hear me. You will follow. You will, sometimes I'll challenge you to go high. Sometimes I'll take you low. But this is what I can promise you. I will always bring you back to Bethel, to that place of bread, that place of worship. Because in that climbing, I had walked, and then I got to this place where I started to climb up, and I didn't know when I came back down that I was going to be coming back down to where my little turquoise plastic Adirondack chairs sit out in the woods. And it was just, I will always bring you back here. I will always bring you back to this place. And you know, Bethel in the Old Testament, and it meant this, the place of bread, the place of worship. And I've often thought back of the story of Jacob when he has to leave. You know, he's deceived his brothers, his brother Esau, and his mother says, you've got to go. And he heads off. And he doesn't know when he heads off, it's going to be a 20-year journey. But I love the place in Genesis where it gets to this place where God directs him to come back. And when he's heading home, he stops at the place where he first encounters God. It's been 20 years. And he bows the knee and he says, I left here with nothing but a staff in my hand, clothes on my back and the staff in my hand. And I am returning a wealthy man. And it wasn't just wealthy in money. There was family and children, and soon there would be grandchildren. And it had been a faithful journey, God leading him into places he never dreamed that he would go, sorrow, disappointment, but he returned to Bethel. And I have just pondered that this week as I've started this week, and just pondering that this journey with God is a journey. And I am finding, as I wrote in my journal this morning, the complexities of life are often more than I can ever fathom. But this I know, he is the rock beneath my feet. He's the only one that we can call to and know that he will hear our cry. David, I ended this morning in Psalms 31 with David, and this is a Psalms that he writes when he's in exile in the wilderness. And it is a place where Saul has been chasing him and slandering him, and he is discouraged. But my God, that Psalms 31 is such a beautiful place of just looking at where David was on the journey. And I love what he says. He says, into your hands I commit my spirit. It is into your hands that I place my life. And how many times in this life have we found ourselves over and over again saying, I may not understand all of my days. I may not understand the difficulties and the places that have come that have brought sorrow and suffering. But into no other hands do I want to place my life. It is into your hands that I commit my spirit. That's a good place to be. So I guess I would say in week 10, to those of you who have joined me in this 52-week walk with God, is I know that your life too is a journey of highs and lows. But the good word today is he will always bring us back to Bethel. He will always bring us back to that place of bread and worship. He is the faithful one who bids us come and follow him. Following that nudge of the Spirit, learning to walk. I am grateful for these days of learning to sit. I haven't mastered it yet, of learning to sit and be quiet, but intently leaning in and listening for the voice of the one who loves us most. That's it. That's all. I am thinking about all of you, many of your comments, just knowing we're all at this place in life where we don't always understand our days, but we desire to walk with Him. It's been beautiful going through the book of Psalms, and I want to go deeper. Wherever it is that God is leading you to study in His Word, may it lead you deeper and deeper into the depths of His love for you and for me. That's it for today. I'm wishing you all a beautiful week 10 in 2021. Take care. I will talk to y'all next week. And if you've got a story to share, you can share it below. Or if you want, you can private message me. We can hop on a call. I'd love to hear your story. And let's figure out maybe a better or easier way for you to share some of your stories. If writing's not your thing, let me know. Maybe we could just get on a call, do a quick video. I just want to hear your stories. I want to hear where God is leading you. And may we encourage our hearts to keep walking and share the beautiful things that God is teaching us on this journey toward our Father's door. Take care. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.